In the last episode, we sailed along the Australian coast to the north.
I haven't touched the engines yet this morning.
We had very light wind, which we regretted a bit, but in the next episode you will see that it can be totally different as well.
In the morning it's fine, the wind comes from the land still. Same rhythm every day, the wind that is.
We took the opportunity to do some beautiful hikes on the islands. We saw koalas, we did some nice snorkeling. It was a nice and relaxed time. We found out that if we open up the hatch and cool down the genset, then the sensor keeps on working.
All the Great Barrier Reef boats are heading out already. Well, so do we. We're sailing though.
It is so good to have Joost back on board. We are going to sail with him to the north, to Thursday Island, where I'm going to leave the boat. Thomas will arrive and the three men will sail the boat to Indonesia.
And we're back to Butterfly on our way to Port Douglas. We're going to jack the Jennifer. I'm going to loosen the chute, run it forward. Marijke is going to steer the boat 30 degrees to the left. And she's going to pull the other sheet.
So when we prepare the sheets, we put one sheet outside in the front of the jib so that we can jibe it to the front. In Port Douglas, we didn't reserve a place in the marina because we planned to anchor further up the river. But in hindsight, it appeared to be way too busy and too small and too shallow for us to anchor there. So we went back to the marina.
Last time we were here, we went on a catamaran like that. Turning around.
Ja, dat is goed.
This is the boat where Joost is going on tomorrow for diving. And they promised him that the sun will be shining out on the reef, even if it's raining over here.
Now.
We had a nice dinner in the yacht club. Luckily there was place for us because all the restaurants were fully booked. But the yacht club was a very good decision because it was next to the river. Very nice people.
Joost is going to the reef today. Philip's hotel. Breakfast. Go away. Nop nop.
And one by one, several Gliwo boats arrive in Port Douglas too.
Wie komt er nu aan, Marijk? So our first stop is the Low Isles, Woody Island and Low Island. It looks kind of dark there, and there's absolutely no wind. Well, 3-4 knots. Look at how big these ships are. The ship there on the shipping lane is even bigger than the island we're heading for.
Even though it's a lot of fun to be with all the boats together in a harbor, we decide to continue because there's hardly any wind and this gives us an opportunity to explore the reefs and stay there overnight. When you forget to put the plug in and the boat is half full of water, it's very difficult to hoist it. Yeah. We zullen niet te ver. Oh, niet te ver. In this area, the reefs are very beautiful. According to Joost, it's not really necessary to dive because even with snorkeling you can see so many corals and so many fishes.
Shucky shucky.
The guy from the yacht club in Port Douglas, he advised us to go to a buoy next to a reef. So we're going there now and we decide to stay there overnight because it's very quiet.
You can see the sandbank from here, 2.5 miles to go. It's low tide now and it looks more sunny on our side than above land. Blue blue! There's one buoy here on this reef. We're here at low tide now, which is good.
En vuist stikken.
Ja, laat maar gaan, Marijk.
Joost is also checking the mooring line. Joost just checked it out. And Joost, how is it?
It's okay.
Yeah?
Everything is safe.
Just before sunset, we were surprised by a lot of small whales.
Minke whales?
Wow. Chic. Oh, hij springt.
Oh, gaat goed. Not too appealing today to go snorkel here, but we got comments on the Facebook post that we should go to Great Reef, and that's over there. Ja, hier wel, ja. Great Reef is only 4 miles north. No main, only the jib. And this is Great Reef. Great Reef. Het is gewoon een boebie. We're on our way to Hope Island now, and we're passing Endeavour Reef there on the right hand side. That's the reef where Captain Cook crashed upon in the 18th century. He was able to stuff the holes enough to get one bilge pump working, and he managed to get to the Hope Islands. Somehow sailing along the coast, we tend to choose the easy option. All the distances are limited, so it doesn't really matter whether it takes half an hour or more. The big crossings, when we all go together at the same time, I'm sure that we're going to do a little bit more to optimize our speed. Today we just hoisted the mainsail and rolled out the Solent.
A new dinghy is a real beauty.
Yeah, it's only a super Dixie.
The window is closed, different than in her place.
Yeah.
We are ready.
Even in this low light you can clearly see the reef with a brownish color. So we're leaving 3 islands on port. In front of us there are 2 islands. The wind was dropping to 10 knots. It makes sense to stop going butterfly and go back to 150. Our VMG increased with 1.5 knot. Three-quarters of an hour to go to Lizard Island. One of the activities we're going to do is to walk up that hill, 300 meters high, so it's okay. Greatcircle heeft er nog wel even zin in.
On Lizard Island there's a track that you can walk, and that's actually where Cook went up to find a route out of the reef. For us it's incredible how he sailed these waters. There are so many reefs, and for us it's so easy with the current BNG cards and avionics. But for him it must have been hell. The snorkeling in this bay was also very beautiful. In the next episode, we are going to sail further north into the direction of Thursday Island.